Dr. Shark here, Shark Holistic Health. This is our lab series. Inflammation panel, what is it? So there are 4 things I like to run to look at inflammation. A1C, CRP, homocysteine, and insulin. A1C, a lot of people are familiar with. This is the test that your doctor will do to see if you have diabetes. It measures how much sugar is stuck to your hemoglobin, essentially. So the reason that this is an inflammation indicator is sticky sugar-covered hemoglobin is very inflammatory. So you got this floating around in your vascular system, you're at high risk for a lot of complications, right? It also tells us that your body's not handling sugar very well and something needs to be fixed there. The next thing is CRP, C-reactive protein. This is a measure of inflammation in the vascular system. In particular, it's highly predictive of heart attack and stroke. And so it's a really good one to know right off the bat. If you have a higher CRP, you have this particular type of vascular inflammation, it has to be gotten under control, right? Homocysteine is one that I like to indicate inflammation. It's not a real common test. And the way that I personally use homocysteine is to look at liver inflammation levels. And so homocysteine is broken down by the liver, and when the liver is getting behind in its detoxification job, homocysteine will start to go up. When it cannot keep up with the inflammation in the body and break those things down and excrete them, homocysteine goes up, right? So homocysteine is an earlier indicator of liver inflammation than liver enzymes, which is what your kind of traditional MD will look for. You can really have a lot of inflammation before your enzymes go up. That's a much later stage, more serious condition. So homocysteine gives us a look in right away. How well is your body handling inflammation? Are you able to break it down? Or is it backing up at the level of the liver? And then insulin. So A1C is the sugar side of the equation for diabetes, but diabetes is an interesting situation. Because of the way that diabetes was discovered, medicine really focuses on sugar, right? So initially, gross warning, initially doctors would taste urine to tell if you were diabetic because you would be spilling sugar in your urine, right? Thank God we don't have to do that anymore. We can run a blood test. So the thing is, because of the discovery that way, medicine is always focused on sugar levels for looking at how at risk you are with diabetes. However, insulin is highly inflammatory. And prior to A1C or fasting glucose going up, you'll frequently see insulin rise. Why is that? So before pre-diabetes, diabetes can be diagnosed, on the path to that, you start to get something called insulin resistance. And that means that the amount of insulin that is supposed to be required to kind of unlock the cell and let the sugar in so that the cells can get that food, that amount of insulin isn't responded to anymore. So the cells are ignoring it. So it requires more and more insulin in order to unlock the cell. And so it's another early warning sign that things aren't going well with your carbohydrate handling. Also, insulin itself is very inflammatory and irritating in the vascular system. So even if your A1C and glucose are normal, if this is going up, we know that there's some vascular irritation or inflammation going on there, and we know that you're not handling carbohydrates very well at all.